Subscribers and viewers, welcome back to today's lesson. A lot of new videographers and movie makers always message me and ask me, hey, how do you start with a script? I'm worried it's my first time writing a script. Well, it's a first time for everybody. Just remember this rule. A script is actually a story. So if you look at this, it is actually a single paragraph story. And from that, you expand it to perhaps a screenplay, detailing exactly how the camera will perceive every character in that story. And then you develop the dialogue. And from there, you can distill it into important shots and scenes. And then finally, create your storyboard. If you know how to draw. If you don't know how to draw, easy. Just head on online and use placeholders of images like this, stock photos, as long as you get an idea how the shot is supposed to look. In this lesson, which is extracted from the e-learning of videography, a recently launched course. This course is an amazing course for a few reasons. It's our first co-branded course. What is co-branded course? We invited good international brands to partner with us and bring the price down for e-learning. Instead of paying this price, this course now is available to you if you subscribe today at just $4.99. So hurry, head on to my website for 17 video lessons. This is the amazing price of this video course. So viewers, I want you to enjoy this lesson which was directly adapted from this e-learning course. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to use the big four of getting good videos hands-on together with me. Remember the short film that I showed you earlier about autism? And take a look at this part here. Okay, pause this. Why not we add a new scene in between these two scenes here? This is what I intend to add. That Jane actually met Helen in the pantry. And this is the story. And we're going to break it down into their dialogue. So with that, I'm going to invite you on set, and we're going to learn to do this step by step. Viewers, welcome on set. This is our office pantry. We're going to use this as a location to do the whole scene. Meet Jane, actress K. And this is her prop, the tumbler. The motive is that she comes into the pantry to fill up water, met Helen there, and the notebook as well. These are two of her props. And meet actress Helen. Helen is the same lady that's always been replying your email, if you notice. So I got her to agree to play Helen in the role. So her props is a lunchbox and chopstick and disposable spoon. And here's the thing, before I introduce my DOP Ivan, I got Ivan to agree to handle a professional DSLR camera. That's the first video. And I'm mounting another one on top, which is just my smartphone. This is a Samsung J7 Plus, which is like 4 years old. So we're going to run in tandem, roll in tandem. So I'm going to show you precisely how we set up the camera and how this whole thing works. But I think we should get the actor and actresses to just do one time. Okay, so I just want you all to act the whole thing. In actual fact, we don't act that way because the camera will move position. Okay, are we ready? And action.
Oh, hi, Helen.
Hi, Jane. Are you going somewhere?
Yeah, meeting clients or rental.
Do you need someone for my team?
No, it's okay. I'm bringing Paul. See ya.
Paul?
So let me go through with you Ivan's camera first. It's mounted on a 50mm prime on a DSLR which is full frame. So Ivan, the first thing we're going to do is set up our frame per second. What's a frame per second?
25.
25, okay. So since we're setting up 25, bring the shutter speed to 25 frames per second. Is this, okay, this is 25 frames per second and 1/25 of a second on the shutter speed. See how we match that. You can go 50 of course, but that's not what we're going to do now. And then the second thing we're going to do is to choose the F value. All right, so based on, we want Helen, which is going to be sitting here, to be blurry, and we want to have only Jane sharp. So I think I'm going to choose f2.8. So when you change to f2.8, we can clearly see that the exposure is too bright now. So that's why the third thing we need to set up is the ISO. So we're going to go to the ISO. It's about 200 now. Drop it to 100. Okay. At this point, it's important to look at the histogram and get yourself a bell shape like this. If it is not, you just need to lower it more. So that's good. But bear in mind, this is a dark pantry, so we actually have one LED light up there bouncing to the ceiling, but I want you to ignore that. You know what? I'm going to just stay here. I'm just going to go off the LED light and see how much of difference that makes. Right, so I just want to see whether with just one natural lighting, okay, it's not too bad. Bring up the ISO to 400. Yeah, this is quite good. This is sufficient. So the point is that even you don't have an LED light there, we just have one Godox bouncing up. My point is that even if you don't have LED light, just turn on the light in your pantry, that's fine. I know I look dark. I'm talking about this camera, the main camera. So instead of 100, we now have to shoot at an ISO 200. We're going to go through in detail about lighting later. But now, I'm just going to flip on that switch so that it's easier for you to work. Finally, in summary, we chose the frame per second, which is 25 frames per second, because this is a 50 Hertz electricity AC country. And then we set the shutter speed to match in divisible of 25. So we chose 25. And then we choose an f2.8 because we want Helen to look blurry. Because if you really look at the script and dialogue here, Jane speaks first. So Jane holds the odd number conversation, and Helen holds the even number conversation. So it starts with Jane, so we have to focus on Jane first and keep Helen blurry. So what we need to do is what focusing are we going to do? She's going to come in and not move around, right? Jane is going to come in, fill up water in the water dispenser, and then just talk without moving. So Jane, you don't move. So since you're not going to move, we're going to keep the focus singular on her all the time. So just come in, fill it with water. Of course, you can turn, but your position, your plane of focus stays the same. When you're done, you leave. All right? So we're going to do one wide shot like this.
Okay.
All right? And then we're going to move the camera closer. We're going to punch in to Jane's face, capture her saying that, we're meeting the client or rental. No, it's okay. I'm bringing Paul. So we're going to cut in. All right? And if we can, we are going to even pick up and establish the point. I know this is our pantry, but the viewers won't know that she's filling up water. So we're going to show that we won't know when to use this. But during editing, you have this additional footage, right? And then we're going to flip the camera this side to capture Helen on the even numbers. And then we're going to do a close-up shot of her with the chopstick and all that. Okay, are we ready? Everybody in position? So my handphone has two challenges. I know that a smartphone is way too smart sometimes that it will change the exposure automatically. It's on auto exposure, and it's also on autofocus, which means it will hunt. It will be focusing at the front and the back. That's why I use an app called Open Camera. You don't need this app, but as long as you tell the camera that don't change my exposure anymore. So I'm going to lock exposure here. There's a button here, like a lock symbol. When I press on that, it's going to lock. And this app is good. I can actually choose my ISO, how bright, how dark this is. So I'm going to move this to about 640 on the ISO and then lock my exposure. Done. Okay, actors on position. Kay, can you come in? Helen, can you sit down? So I've got this microphone on each of the actors' lavalier, something like what I have, but it's hidden behind their clothing. And then it's going through the Holy Land receiver. It's a LUC 150. We're going to go through audio in detail with you later. But the point is that each one of them will have a transmitter hidden at the back, clipped to the back, and a microphone hidden somewhere where their bra is, and then connected to. It's going to wirelessly transmit to the LUC 150 receiver, which is going into Ivan's camera, which means one thing. I am not benefiting from the LUC with my smartphone. I just want to show you what happens if I pick up audio from my phone. It's going to look horrendous. But I was hoping that I can even borrow the audio later on during editing from Ivan. Okay, we're good. So get on position. We got the pre-focus Jane first. Jane, can you just stand there and turn as if you're talking to Helen? Okay, make sure you're focused. So I'm going to do the same, get my composition correct. So I like this composition, but Helen is just a bit too big, so I'm going to zoom in, zoom out a little bit, and focus on K.
I cannot see it.
Right. It's okay. You got this. Okay, that's it. Okay, I'll just follow you. Because mine I can change separately. Okay, make sure you got the composition good.
Yeah, focus.
So I'm going to focus on
Focus lock.
K. Right. Okay, so I'm focused. All right, we're ready? Let's go to first position. And rolling. And action.
Oh, hi, Helen.
Hi, Jane. Going somewhere?
Yeah, meeting the client Oriental.
Oh, you need someone from my team?
No, it's okay. I'm bringing Paul. See ya.
So we're gonna move in one more time, do a close-up shot of K,
Yeah.
right, where she
Okay.
just talked.
Yep.
So I want you to, actors, to repeat the performance. Right, let's try that. Okay, you're too bright now. Bring your, when Ivan changes position, it's a bit too bright now. And the ISO is the lowest. The shutter speed is the lowest that it can go. So the only thing he can do now is to increase by one stop on the F number. There's no reason for you to be so blurry in the background. There's no beautiful background at the back. Okay, so this is good. All right, so I want you to go to first position and start all over again. Are we ready? We're going to repeat the performance. And action.
Oh, hi, Helen.
Hi, Jane. Going somewhere?
Yeah, meeting the client Oriental.
You need someone from my team?
No, it's okay. I'm bringing Paul. See ya.
Good, hey. So when you're watching movies, you realize one thing. They don't have 4 different camera angles during the shot one time. The actors merely repeat their performance 4 to 5 times. This is called single camera filming. They need to repeat their performance. So that's what I would encourage you to do. No point to go out and buy more camera. Good, so now we're gonna flip over the camera and do all of her angle, which is what I call the even angle and the even dialogue. So now you're gonna play the same thing, and we're gonna lower the angle as if this is Jane's angle talking to Helen. So you notice one thing, we don't film there, come here, go back there, come here. That's not economical of filming. We do all the even shots, all the odd shots. We start with the odd because number 1 is odd. So you notice one thing, we're in the same location. There's no reason to change your FPS. There's no reason to change your ISO that much or shutter speed that much because it's the same location, brightness is the same. Rolling and action.
Oh, hi, Helen.
Hi, Jane. Going somewhere?
Yeah, I'm meeting the client Oriental.
Oh, you need someone from my team?
No, it's okay. I'm bringing Paul. See ya.
Paul?
Oh no, we can.
We can cut again.
We can cut here.
Roll it. This is a good take. We're gonna call this a good take. Let me explain. It has been 2 to 3 takes that night. She forget her dialogue by going like, Paul. Oh no. If I do another one, it's gonna be time consuming. So Yi Chong suggested that we just punch in a little bit. Punch in means you move your camera in a little bit or zoom in a little bit and then just pick up the part where she says, oh no. Right? Okay, let's help. This is how a videographer help the talents and actors. Okay. And action.
Paul? Oh no. Oh no.
So as you can see, it's really possible that you film all this on your own with just one tripod and one camera, like what Ivan is doing. Now, you must be thinking like, why do we still have one more shot? I'm doing this to show you something really important called filming in not chronological order. Because we want to establish that what is Helen doing here? I may know this is a pantry, but no one else knows. But I've got to establish the fact that she's got lunch in front of her, she's got her chopstick to show that this is Asia, this is not McDonald's, this is all planned. And she even got this open up so it's easier for her to act. In case you have bad take, you don't have to do that again, you just push it back in. There is no food in here, right? So you got to make sure you don't move this. So we want to establish this is a pantry. She's here to eat lunch. Can you remember how you started? Was it on the left? Was it on the right? Okay. So this is called continuity. You cannot have this here, and then when she says, oh, I'm meeting Paul, it comes back here, and then she says that, oh, it's all right, I can go on my own, then it goes back here. If you watch James Bond movie, you realize that his drink is sometimes cold, sometimes not cold, sometimes they probably took 5 hours on that scene. So the art department probably could have done a better job. So, okay, we're gonna act the whole thing. So I want you to go lower a little bit more. Just this, so we can see Jane coming in. So you can pull focus to Jane when she talks. Oh, hi, Helen. We should open that way. Right. Oh, hi, Helen. We're gonna cut to the top. Right. So you're gonna take this part, push this out first. Right. So you're back. I can see you. You're completely from first. Right. That's really good. Okay, this one is here now. Right. So we are rolling and action.
Oh, hi, Helen.
Hi, Jane.
Oh, hi, Helen.
Hi, Jane. Going somewhere?
Yeah, meeting the client at Oriental.
Do you need someone from my team?
No, it's okay. I'm bringing Paul. See you.
Paul? Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, so you saw how we did it with no camera movement. Pretty decent, right? I tell you what, let's do one version where we move the camera and see what happens.
Oh, hi, Helen.
Hi, Jane. Going somewhere?
Yeah, meeting the client at Oriental.
Do you need someone from my team?
No, it's okay. I'm bringing Paul. See you.
Paul? Oh no. Oh no.
So you've seen how it's done with a camera with no motion and a camera with motion. You know what, Yichong, I'm really interested to see how we can do the whole thing with a really cheap camera.
Oh, hi, Helen.
Hi, Jane. Going somewhere?
Yeah, meeting the client at Oriental.
Do you need someone from my team?
No, it's okay. I'm bringing Paul. See you.
Paul? Oh no.
So you now believe me that the Big Four has no mention of camera. But of course, if you have a better camera, a more high-tech camera, focusing will be easier, audio will be nicer. So that's the problem with this video. But that said, I could always capture audio separately, which means that I use my cheap camera just to film the video and no audio goes into the camera, but then I capture the audio separately, still by using my Hollyland lock. And look at it now.
Oh, hi, Helen.
Hi, Jane. Going somewhere?
Yeah, meeting the client at Oriental.
Do you need someone from my team?
No, it's okay. I'm bringing Paul. See you.
Paul? Oh no. Oh no.
So as you can see, I always tell videographers that the camera is not really the important, but you knowing what to do and how to deal with the story and know when to cut and know all the creative way of placing your camera is more important. Well, of course, the smartphone footage was a little bit noisy and the exposure was everywhere, but if I really need to take a shot very quickly, a smartphone would suffice. But what's more important, having good audio. So hurry, head on to my e-learning now, sign up this course, enjoy this. I don't think you can find any e-learning at this price throughout the world. So hurry, support us, grab this course now.